On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757. Hydro, the vapes and blunts I smoke. That's exactly what I need when I'm blowing on them trees.
Oh, my bad. Bam, bam, bam. Give me that action shot. I do. I'm good. I'm good. Mm-hmm.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757. Hydro, the vapes and blunts I smoke. That's exactly what I need when I'm blowing on them trees.
Yeah.
I didn't have any audio. I just realized I didn't have any audio. Let's do this again. Fuck it from the top.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757. Hydro, the vapes and blunts I smoke. That's exactly what I need.
What's up, everybody? Here we are, the after show, but later. It's your boys D. It's Luis Cortez Jr., and we are here for another live episode. Episode number 322. Can you believe that? 322 roughly hours, because there were some that were like 40 minutes, some that were maybe even like 20 minutes in the early beginning, but then we had some that went like 2 hours. So roughly 322 hours of the after show, but later, which means you can put episode 1 on right now and push play. And by the time your newborn graduates college, you can be caught up. There we go. Luis, I have to hear all about your trip. Before we get into any Covino Rich stuff, they do, what do they talk? They talk sports, they talk women, they talk entertainment. Sports. You were in New England for the Patriots and Chargers game. Fill us in on that.
Yo, what's up, gang? What's up? Happy Taco Tuesday out there. Your boy Luis Cortez Jr. right here. Yo, bro, it was, obviously, as everyone may know, we lost, which is fucking terrible. But, I have to look at the bright side, and I'll start with the positives. I mean, good flight, no delays. The boys are always talking about Shinfo. I'm one of the guys that gets there on time. I think a couple of these guys just like to get there. I think Rich is like, he likes to just be there like 15, 20 minutes before and then get on the plane. Like, that shit makes my butthole itch, bro. I have to be there like at least an hour there before. Like, I get nervous. I get the nervous farts. Like, so I usually go an hour, get a beer, look at where the gate's at, whatever. So I got situated, got safe flight, 5 hours straight there, bam, bam. But with the time difference, I got down there Saturday night to go to a Charger meetup. It was at a big brewery down there. It's like called the Best Bar. Jamie and Boston might know that all the spots around there. And just went there, met with the Charger fan, and then we went and had pizza. I had that on my list to hit right here. I guess it's kind of like a famous pizza-ish down there. It's called Regina or Regina or something like that pizza. It was fucking famous. I guess it was a fucking line out the door. But hey, man, the game was fun.
Regina, just because it sounds cooler.
Or is it, you know what? Is it Regina, where fucking King Carl's from? Or
Yeah, yeah, from
yeah,
Regina.
yeah. Anyway, but so it was fun, bro, and I was prepared for the weather because I used to live in the cold weather, and I mean, I had a heated jacket, bro. I had electric hand warmers. I had a fucking cobija. I had a pancho, the works, bro. Everything you already know. I was ready, bro. I wasn't fucking around, and then it wasn't that bad, but I was like layered up, and definitely when the sun went down, like I was like, oh fuck, like my feet started getting cold and shit. I was like, oh, so but fun game. I mean, we played like shit. People were good atmosphere and whatever, man. On to the next. That's why I wore my fucking Dodger shit. Like that was football was last season, bro. Like fuck that. We were on vacation right
Last
now.
season. You guys are out now, so that was last season, right?
Yep, that's it. Spring
Uh,
training starts February 20th, bro. So I'm getting
oh,
locked in for
dang.
that, and that's it. But whatever. That's my
That,
little recap. Fool. Glad to be back. Had fun. I saw a lot of people I knew from at least from Cali in there, and then the stadium was beautiful, dude. They had a big ass Tom Brady fucking statue there, and like all the fucking banners and all that shit. Like it's so fucking terrible to look at, but
yeah,
it's just you
it's
fucking
still
see them all.
cool.
You're like motherfuckers, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure, dude.
it's because it's
But
history.
it is. I like to. I'm one of those guys. I'm gonna try to check off all the stadiums I
Oh,
can.
that's so
So
bad.
add that to the list. So
Yeah, I've never
and
been.
yeah,
I've never
Herbert.
been to an NFL game. Period. So for you to say you want to check off all stadiums, I'm like, that sounds really freaking cool. So
Yeah, man.
how many have you been in?
What'd you
Have
do
you
this
been a lot?
weekend? Yeah, mainly all the ones we play. It basically I just go to all the ones that we play. So I try to go to one different one every season I haven't been to. So I'll definitely go to all the home games, obviously, but like one away game. Last year was Houston, the year before that, Jacksonville. I've been to Cowboy Stadium, the Raiders one that counts, Cardinals one. So
Yeah,
because we usually play one different division every year. So if I keep
cool.
doing it right now, just like if somebody hits play on episode one, by the time your kid graduates, maybe I'll
Yeah,
hit all the stadiums.
there you go. All right, and maybe I'll hit one by then. That's I've got to. You got to start with small goals, right? Like,
You know what? Next season here, I'll take you up. Either let's meet up and have a good little meetup down there in Arizona when Arizona plays somebody, or right here
all
in
right,
Vegas, bro. You already know.
let's do. I mean, that
I'll
sounds
I'll
bomb.
pop your cherry.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to do one of those because I mean that'll be super dope. And what better way for us to kick it than at a football game? I think that'd be hella dope. But this weekend, not a whole lot, just same old, dad life. My wife was out of town, so I had to take my daughter to a dress rehearsal. Just yard work, all the normal stuff. Where yeah, my wife, my daughter are gonna be out of town this weekend, and I'm still unsure if I'm gonna go or not because it's like a 4.5 hour drive, 4.5 5 hour drive, and I'm just like, fuck, man, I don't know. If I go, I'm gonna have to make that drive by myself because they're going Friday, and I work Friday, so I'd have to go by myself after work. And I'm like, fuck, dog, do I really want to drive 5 hours after work? To go for like what 40, maybe 24 to 48 hours, and then drive back. I'm just like, then it's Monday and my week starts all over again. So I'm just kind of like, fuck, man, I don't know if I want to do that. So I was telling my wife, she's like, if you don't come, she's like, it's all good. But I'm still like, I don't know. So I still don't know. I'm still up in the air. But one of my goals this year is to take a step back, I guess, and do a little bit less because I feel like I'm gonna give myself a heart attack by the time I'm 40. I'm always doing something. I'm always doing something. And if there's something like this isn't mandatory, it's not like it's gonna be my daughter's only performance. It's like, if it's one that I can avoid, like 10 hours of driving throughout the weekend, I might do that and then stay here. I'll still keep busy here at home, but just I won't have all the stress of the driving and traffic and all that.
You know what you need? It's a good little segue in SCR. Covino Rich is you need to be a little bit more like Covino, probably, right? Did you hear? Like even the show's titled the same. He's the Jerry Rice of life. That shit was. You need to catch me
Oh,
up too. I'm like halfway in yesterday's episode because of all the traveling. I fucking missed it, but
yeah.
I did catch that when he was talking about how like, Rich was calling him the Jerry Rice of life because that fool just likes to fucking lamp and chill. And then I caught the comment where somebody called him fucking lazy, and they're like, "Yo, man, that was pretty much factual."
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You need to do more of that, bro. More lamping, more Covino. You need to back him
I
up.
do, but it trips me out, dog. When he's like kind of irritated because he's like, oh man, I wanted to watch the game and I just wanted to kick it, and I'm like, dog, I haven't been able to sit and watch a game in what I feel is like fucking 10 years. Like I'm like, the way I have to watch football is like how people did in like the 30s when they'd all gather around their radio. Like I literally have to have it like in my AirPods as I'm doing shit because I'm usually doing shit. I mean, just yesterday I went for an impromptu live yesterday, right? It was kind of last minute and I was like, fuck it, I'll just jump on. Didn't realize it could have been Aaron Rodgers' last game. And so I had to throw that on right here while I'm trying to go live. And it's just like, so I'm usually having to listen to football games. And what I'll do typically is if I hear like, oh shit, you know, never in my career have I ever seen a play. I'm like, oh shit, I have to get my phone or if I have my AirPods like connected to my TV, I'm like looking for the replay or whatever. But for me to sit and say for the next 3 hours, I'm going to sit here, scratch my ass and watch football. I don't even know what that life is like, dog. Like the only time I'll get that is if I drive to see like my buddy in Tucson and we kick it and we're watching like a UFC fight or something. Then I can kick it and I can watch and I know like, hey, I don't have any responsibilities. I'm out of town. So I'm not going to get a call like, hey, take my daughter here or, you know, she's getting out of dance early or, hey, we have to fucking blah, 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 blah. I'm away from the family. I'm lamping. I'm watching the UFC. That's usually the few times a year where I get to sit and do that. So I was, when Covino was saying that, I was like, dog, you're missing like one game or it happened later. I think it happened again, like for last night. And I'm just like, okay, a couple of games you miss during the year when I get to watch a couple of games a year like that. So I'm like, just think about the me's, Covino, when you're complaining about you had to take down the tree. Think about the me's who wish I could just lamp for a second and actually just watch a game. So
I think we talked about how Rich is Spot's fucking sex manager.
Yeah.
We need to make him your free time manager. You just need to schedule yourself some more of those you times. You know what I mean? But maybe Rich is for hire. Maybe we can have him work with you.
But you know what though? In my wife's defense, she was like, maybe you should stay home this weekend and not go to the dance thing. She was like, so you could have some you time that you never get. And I was like, yeah. And even though I have that kind of, I don't want to say approval or go ahead, I'm still kind of like, yeah, but I think I can't. I think it won't be that bad, you know. I mean, so, but yeah, I need a lamping like Steve in 2026.
Scratching his hairy thighs.
Oh, well, it rhymes with 6 that has to do with lamping. If you guys could think of something, put it in the comments. We'll something about lamping.
Ask ChatGPT, fool.
Yeah, what right? 6.
7.
6, 7. As if I don't have to hear that all day from my fucking kid.
My bad.
It's all good. I thought I was getting away from it. The after show was getting away from it, right? But apparently not. But there's a little game. Since I know you haven't got to catch up on Covino and Rich with your travels and all that good stuff, and there's a thing that they did hit. Did you see the chart that they pulled up today? That was it had 4 different chicks, I think, and you had to pick like which one you would choose or whatever.
Okay. No, I didn't see, but I mean, I've seen one of those, like when you get A, B, or C or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna play a little game, and it'll give it a second because I don't want to share the screen and I mess things up. So just give it a second to pop up on YouTube. But we're gonna call this game Mamacitas or Mamasotas. I put Mamisotas, but Mamacitas or Mamasotas. Now, what I mean by that is we have 4 women here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we can do 2 things. We can pick one that you would say that's my ideal type. And then we can go. Are you able to see them?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we can go. If I had to choose one, this is who I'd choose. And if I had to rank in order, how would I rank them? So if you want, we can both choose one and why, and then we can just do the rest of the do.
Okay.
So can we just do number 3 real quick and get it out of the way and say that's our last one?
Hey, bro, you know me. I've said it before. Tortas, whatever, bro. Not beneath me. But listen, it's not going to be my fucking number 1. That's for damn sure. And maybe not even my number 4. That's fucked up. But still, I mean, that's like a throwaway vote. But hey, whatever. Somebody has to die. It would going to be number 3.
You might have 1, 2, 4 die. Right? Instead of 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay.
Hey, not for me, dog. If she looks like that, probably from fucking eating too many tortas and shit.
Okay. Oh, we got Magical Mexican in here, and we have e-bike guys. So, all right. Now that I know the Magical Mexican's here, now that I know that Jeff Manning's here, we got Drew here. We got. All right. So the people are starting to come. They came just in time for. Let me pull it back up. Mamacitas or Mamasotas, or actually it says Mamacitas y Mamasotas or whatever. But all right. So, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first for our number 1 pick?
I mean, it's hard, you know what I mean? Like, you surprised me here. Well,
all right, you know what? I'll give you another second to think.
Okay. You go. Then you go.
Then I'll go first, and I have a reason. Because I was torn between at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
I was torn, right? But I'll tell you why I went with my choice. And let us know too in the comments. Let me see. So far we have 1 and then 4 from Magical Mexican. 1 and then 4. Pretty good.
This was a celibacy. 1, 2, 4. 1, 4, 2 celibacy.
1, 4, 2 celibacy. Okay. All right. We have 1, 4, 2 celibacy. All right. I wonder what's Jeff thinking over here, e-bike guy. What are you thinking? But 1, 4, 2 celibacy. I feel like that's the comment of the day so far. But I'm gonna go, and I have a why. So I'm gonna go with number 4 because I was torn between 1 and 4.
Dump truck.
Right?
Yeah.
But I was torn because I was going to say 1, but I go, no. 1 looks a little high maintenance. That bitch looks like, even though you can only see the back of her, she looks high maintenance. And I can't tell you what it is. Maybe it's the long hair. I'm thinking Kardashian type. I'm thinking, I don't know. There's something about, maybe it is. She's giving me Kim vibes from like the waist up. You know, I don't know. But why I'll say number 4 is because the way that bitch's hair is up, she looks like she'll clean your house, dog. Not even lying. She looks like she could be like your cleaning lady that barely knows English. And I mean, she's still at the top for me, but just knowing that she'll fucking clean your house, I just gotta put her. That gives her a couple of notches on the old rubric, right?
Yeah, she definitely looks like a senora life, where like she's gonna like cook, like have do those things that Camille doesn't do that you don't want to do that she would do.
Yeah, like 3, I feel like is gonna be like, what do you mean you can cook for me? Like fuck, I don't know.
What are you making for us?
Yeah, right? 4. Looks like your house is going to be clean. Your fucking dinner's going to be all dope, right? Freaking, and it even looks like that's what she might wear to clean the house, right? It's not like a sexy outfit. It's just modest, but she might clean the house in that, dog, but she might be picking up the kids too, right? I don't know. Just something about her says very old school, like Mexican to me, where it's going to be like, okay, cool. Maybe she cleaned the house. Maybe she, right? I don't know. But so that's why I was thinking, because I was thinking at first I go, oh, 1's pretty dope, and I was like, a little skinny, but I was like, but nah, that bitch, you could just tell she's high maintenance. Fuck that bitch, all right. So she just, so for me, I'm gonna say number 4 to begin this. Where are you going?
I know, it's funny. I'm just gonna get some feedback real quick. So Mexican says 1 looks like she spends too much time at the gym, won't leave me eat fries. I'm already worried about his fry game. Hey man, I love the way your brain thinks, bro, and that's just funny because it makes sense. So I would be like, hey, we can't have pizza Fridays anymore, right? She might be like, nah, you gotta eat some fucking healthy shit, like Chale, but you know, hey, I don't mind me a thick girl. I mean, it's like whatever. So I actually was like, I wasn't like two. I was contemplating two, and here's my theory, and this may sound bad too, but you know, she's not as like good, slimmer as one and or four, right? So maybe she just has a little bit more of a want to take care of you vibe just because of that too, right? Because you chose her because you could have chose number four, and she may know that, right? But she knows you chose a two, so she might be like, all right, I need to take care of this for extra good just because he picked me.
Yeah, right. But and also, dog, number one looks very tall. Number four looks
Yeah.
like a tinier bitch. Like she just looks like number four. I mean, number one looks very like tall, thin model. Like, not that that's bad, but I don't want a fucking tall bitch. How tall is she? She fucking 5'10", 5'11"?
Probably taller than me, that's for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like, fuck, dog. Like, I don't want fucking Taylor Swift in my pad, you know? I'm like, you could sing me a song and play your guitar, bitch, but fucking, you're gonna have to be outside of the sliding glass window in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to fuck. I like, and believe me, there's like the Sophie Cunninghams and the fucking WNBA bitches these days that are pretty bad, but for the most part, I don't want to fucking, I don't want to have to. I don't want my chick to have to lean down to give me a kiss. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like,
Or she's gonna pick you up to kiss you.
can you imagine that shit, dog? I'm like, fuck that. So again, Jeff, or let me see, e-bike guy says 142, but I would like, dog, the fact that everybody's just fucking just murdering number three, dog. Fucking, that's not even part of the conversation, dog. But we got 142, but I would like to see the front too. And that's another thing, dog, is that you never know, dog. Number one, she looks like she might, or you're like, oh, damn, right? And then she turns around and she's got one of those like big Indian noses or some shit, right?
Oh my God, I was thinking the same thing. A
Right,
beaker fucking
right.
did like
Like,
this fucking
did you ever watch the show New Girl?
yeah.
Zoe Deschanel and then the
Yep.
Indian chick, right?
I love her.
The Indian
Yeah,
chick was bad, but she had a honker on her, dog.
she did.
So
But
that's why,
it
like,
leveled out, it balanced out because how hot she was. It was
yeah,
like,
she was
you know?
super bad, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this Indian chick's bad, and you're like, but she's like Toucan Sam. So you have, you're kind of like, you know,
E-Bike has another good point here. He says, just so you know, if you go with two or three, you're eating good all the time. Hey, man, that's important for us Vatos too. You know, I mean, she's gonna keep you warm. She's gonna be, she already knows she gonna have some fresh shit on deck. The problem with three is she just might eat more of your share, but you know, if that's what you're into, then fuck it, whatever. But hey, you definitely gonna be eating good with either one of those.
but four looks like she'll cook for you and fucking and it doesn't matter. She looks like no, like she wants to maintain her figure, so she's not gonna go crazy, but she's gonna make sure you eat good. So I
But
mean,
you eat first.
so you can't downplay the thinner bitches either. We can't hate on them either, you know.
No, no,
They're
no.
people too, you know what I'm saying? But two's not bad, right? But two
Nah,
looks like a little
like
thick,
Dominican, like
but
Dominicaners.
and that's another thing, Doug. We don't know. I'm saying Indian, you know, Dominican, black, and
That
Mexican.
curl. Yeah,
Right?
like
That's how
Mexican.
it is in my
Yeah.
mind. It's like Indian, Dominican, black, and freaking and
And they
go
can
ahead.
all be Mexican girls too, fool.
They could be, but that's the game, right? I don't know. Number three looks black. She looks like my friend LaQuisha. Like, I'm not, I hope that never gets back to her. But fuck, I can't believe I just said that. But she does, dog. But
In a good way.
shout out Quisha. Yeah.
We love you here.
Shout out Quisha. You know, she's a day older than me, dog. Growing up, it was fucking hilarious because it was always me and LaQuisha in classes together. She was one day older than me. So there's all these pictures of me, dog, in like kindergarten, like holding like a little, like, I remember in kindergarten, I got a race car and she got like a Barbie or some shit. Like our teacher gave us a gift and it was like, we're all right there. It's me and some big old fat black chick. And we're like, you know, like,
Breaking down barriers since then, Daniel.
yeah, breaking down barriers since 1993, dog. That's me.
Let's go. Throwback.
But yeah.
So
all
just
right.
to top it off, I think I would go 4-2-1-3 maybe just to mix it up a little bit. Or obviously I want to go against the grain. That's usually my style. So 4-2-1-3 for
Okay,
sure.
you could go 3-2-1-4 if you really want to go against the grain. That I mean, if you're really Mr. Independent over here,
No,
you know,
no.
oh, you Louise who independent, throw your hands up at me. So I don't know. I'm gonna go. I think You know what? I'm not gonna be like everybody else. I'm gonna leave 3 in there. So it's gonna be 4, 1, 2, 3. Um, I mean, whatever. Yeah, I think 4,
But
1, 2,
any
3.
one of them, if you want to look me up, find me, hit me up. I
Any
don't
one
care
of them,
where.
right? I mean, whatever. So we have, all right,
Even you,
Mamacita.
Laquifa.
La
Laquisha.
Cuifa. You said La Cuifa. So
My
we
bad.
have Mamacitas y Mamasotas. And, that was kind of for number 3 in there that we had to throw that in there. But there was another thing that Covino and Rich were talking about. They were saying how nowadays, people, if somebody's ugly, why the hell does it doing that thumbs up shit? Damn. All right. Nowadays, people are saying if somebody's ugly, they're chopped, right? That's the new kid language of fucking, we used to just be like, ugh, But I mean, nowadays they got words like chopped, right? So chopped, they have a new thing saying, who is your Choppelganger? So it's like your doppelganger, but the chopped version of you. So I'll go ahead and I think I have an idea of how everybody looks in the comments, but in the comments, let us know who you think your Choppelganger is, because Luis and I are going to reveal ours in just a second. I just want to see if there's anybody in here like who would Andrew Sims's Choppelganger be? Let me see. I don't know if you got to meet Andrew at the CRC, but I don't even know if it'd be like a Choppelganger, but there's something about him that reminds me of freaking Bruce Willis. I don't know if he's ever heard that, but something about Drew reminds me of Bruce Willis. So I don't know. Magical Mexican, I know you pretty well. I want to know who you think your Choppelganger is. I can't even think of anybody. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you think who your Choppelganger is, and we'll go ahead and get to ours. I'm going to start, and mine, especially 2007, 2008, when I had this hairstyle and I had no facial hair, right? So right after this, dog, I grew like a beard.
This was the breaking point.
My Choppelganger is I'm going to have to go with none other than bees on my head, but don't call me a bee head. Bristleys on my head, but don't call me a Lee head. Andy Milonakis himself, dog. Look, watch, we're here. Dog, you can't, you're right there, you can see it. Especially with the little bushy hair and no facial hair, dog. That was 100% Andy Milonakis was me, dog, growing up. So Andy Milonakis, I even had glasses, dog. Fucking, oh, what a dumbass, dog. Who the fuck didn't tell me, hey, fucking get like a buzz cut or something, dog, and fucking go to the gym or something. Magical Mexican says, my coworkers say I resemble Felipe Esparza. You know what's funny is that I was looking up, I started watching Que Locos in 2009, or I mean, in 1999. And that's when George Lopez first came out, and Gabriel Iglesias, Felipe Esparza, Carlos Oscar, Noe, I forget what the fuck his last name was, Jeff Garcia, all these Mexican comedians. Back in the day, you know Felipe Esparza, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so back in the day, he had a short haircut and no facial hair. So that's what I'm picturing when I'm picturing Magical Mexican. You know what? Actually, let me see if I can pull up, just for reference. Let me see. Felipe Esparza, Que Locos.
Wait, I can't imagine that fool without any hair. It would be with short hair and a beard either. I don't know if I know what he looks like.
Okay, let me see. Let me go copy image and see if I can throw it on here real quick. No, that's not it. What the hell am I doing?
Well, right now that fool looks like one of my tios and shit. As well, barburo ass fucking marihuana fool, fucking torta ass.
Okay, I'm gonna save this real quick, this picture, and then I'll share it. Save it to desktop? Sure. Fuck it. Save it to the desktop. Just so we can give Magical Mexican some love here. All right. So it should be coming through your screen any second, but this is Felipe Esparza on Que Locos. Okay, tell her I'm recording. All right. So has it hit your YouTube yet?
Yeah. Oh wow, I never. Damn, that's him. That fool looks young and shit.
That's
I never
crazy
seen
how.
him like that.
But you know what though? I'll give Magical Mexican this because I know Magical Mexican and nah, you're better looking than Felipe Esparza, dog. Felipe Esparza, nah, that dude's fucking ugly. Especially now, dog, with this fucking he's gotten fatter and all his nappy ass hair and fucking so I would be offended by that. But again, I mean I can't really say too much about you should be offended when mine over here is fucking Andy Milonakis. So I mean
fucking Felipe Esparza's halfway to looking like Machete nowadays and shit.
For real, right? And now we have Luis Cortez Jr. sent in his. So we have Felipe Esparza, we have Andy Milonakis, and let's go to the chat before I see anything else. Let me see. I have to think about this one, says e-bike guy. Nope, never heard that, but I'll take it. It says Andrew Sims. I don't know what it is about Bruce Willis that reminds me of you. But anyway, yeah, they're assholes. Yeah, they are because you're more handsome than him, so fuck them. But now we got to go to Luis Cortez Jr., who says this, and I don't even, Doug, does that guy even have a name?
I was just thinking the same shit when you said that. I just, it's funny. I'll tell you what I Googled right after when you show everybody.
Did you like search ugly Mexican or like short midget ugly Mexican?
Funny Mexican guy with bowl cut. Because like I've seen him before. Like this fool does skits and he's like a fucking comedian, I think, or I don't know who
I've
he is.
seen him on
like,
a lot of things too. That's what's funny is that I've seen him on plenty of things. I just don't know. I just don't know what the hell his name is. So there he is right there, the bowl cut guy. There's Luis Cortez Jr. and his Choppelganger. Let us know in the chat if you haven't thought about your Choppelganger. Just to refresh your memory, we have Luis Cortez Jr. right here, and we have Daniel Javier Fitz, dog. I'm going to go back and forth in between these. If you've never seen the after show, but later, Luis Cortez Jr. and Daniel Javier Fitz, dog. So we have that. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah.
Hey, what's funny though? Like I remember having like I think almost everyone at one point, at least if you're brown or poor, had some kind of bowl cut because like your mom dated or your fucking dad, like your grandpa, like somebody like bro, we're not taking you to the fucking haircut, like to get a haircut, like ta 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 ta. Like I remember having a haircut like
no,
that. My hair is not that straight and shit, but still, like I've had. And my fucking mustache doesn't grow in all that good too. So and people always say I look kind of Asian or like Chinese or like Vietnamese or Tropican or some shit. So this one looks kind of like he fits the
but
bill.
your
and shit
dog,
too,
your mustache grows in pretty fucking dope. Mine grows in like shit, and there's a lot of red and blonde in mine, so it looks even weaker. But
that reminds me of the food they were talking about today too. But was it the comedian? They were talking about how he's like he was ginger and he's like, it's
Conan.
fucking funny when. No, yeah, but then they were talking about they played like a bit.
Andrew Santino.
Yeah, that shit was funny when he was like, "Yeah, look at my little red dick and my little red pubic hairs every morning." And I was like, "Oh shit, I have red hair."
No, and then he asked Bobby Lee. He's like, "You ever forget you're Asian?" He's like, "Sometimes." And I look in the mirror and like, "Oh shit, I am Asian." But it is funny though for people like Bobby Lee that I'm sure feel as American as Mauser, right? And then like me, dog, like I usually feel because to all my friends, dog, I'm white as fuck, right? I'm the whitest one of my friends. So even like my friends' parents will make fun of me because they're like, pinche gringo over here. Like he doesn't know Spanish, like, fucking already all pale and light complected. Like they always bag on me. And then you hear Covino and Rich. Oh, I was listening to the after show, but later. And Daniel Javier Fitz is like, "Hey, Doug, I'm in the cover." And I'm like, what the? They always do the voice, which I sent a clip. Damn it, I can't pull it right now. But I sent a clip to my buddy Luis, and I was like, "Dog, look at this shit." So Chris D'Elia, comedian, I was listening to his podcast, and he said he was in Phoenix doing a show, and all the Mexicans were coming up, and he goes, and they were like, "Hey, Doug, orale, Doug." And I told him, like, "Doug, this is really how we fucking sound to white people." So in my mind, that's how, like, again, I'm as American as Mauser, right? I don't even know Spanish. My Spanish is terrible. But when you have somebody else like a Rich Davis, they look at me like a, ay, no speaky, like a, no juegas conmigo, like and it's funny because I don't realize that until they pull a clip or something, or Covino does an impression or whatever the hell is. Like to me, like Joey in Texas is that stereotype. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wanna come over here? Like to me, that's Joey in Texas. And he may hear it and go, what? That's me? I don't think I sound like that. But again, the looking in the mirror and seeing like, oh shit, I forgot I am Asian, or I am a redhead, or like me. I'm like, they really do think I'm that Mexican when everybody I know in town thinks I'm as white as Mauser. And then you fucking go to people that aren't as, like Covino. He's a half breed and he knows even less Spanish than me. So like to him, I'm fucking vatos locos forever, por vida, fucking, viva la raza. Like, I just, güero. There we go. Thank you.
Hey, man, I feel the part though, fool. You know what I mean? I am fucking full blown. I'm half. I'm a mutt, but I'm first generation.
Yeah. Well, same too. Well, what's the half of a first generation? Because my dad was born in Mexico, but my mom was born here. But my dad is half white. But my dad didn't know English until he was like 12 because he didn't come to the States until he was like 12 and learned English. My mom, full-blooded Mexican, but was born here. So what the fuck would you call me?
That is a crazy mix. We need ChatGPT on deck. It has to be like a point, maybe like a fraction off, or
there's something, dog. Like, and it's funny too, dog, because like my nana, my dad's mom, had like a lot of like Spanish in her and shit, and she had red hair and like green eyes or blue eyes. So she had colored eyes, red hair, and very white. And then so my dad's dad, a white guy who met her in Mexico, but then my fucking all the little 7 kids he had didn't know English right until they came to the States. Yeah. And so like I'm like, where the fuck does that put me? That's why like I've told the story on here before, but I had a work study one time named Miguel. And shout out to Miguel. I don't know what he's up to nowadays, but he was like, hey, Daniel. And I was like, what's up? He goes, what are you? And I go, what are you? Dog, what the fuck kind of question is that? Yeah, and he was like, no, like for real. He was like, what are you? And actually, there's a lady I've been working with for a year. The other day, she was like, my husband asked me, hey, is Daniel white? Because her husband came in and like met us or whatever. She gave him a little tour. And she goes, actually, I don't know. Are you Hispanic or are you white? And I was like, bitch, I've been working for you with you for a fucking year. And you haven't caught on to the fact that I'm fucking Mexican? I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, D.
You hide it really well.
D, after that explanation, you might be here illegally.
For sure. I agree with that one.
Dog, ain't that some fucked up shit though, for real? About you could have a kid that, like me, born here, or say I was born in Mexico, but I came here as a baby, right? Don't know any English or any Spanish, whatever. And ICE could throw my ass back. like that's happened to where they have people that were born as babies in Mexico, brought over, say illegally or whatever. And then they get them and they take them back. And now they're like basically a little white kid in Mexico having to live their life like, oh shit, I can't, dog. Even if you threw my ass there, even in like San Luis or one of the fucking border towns, I would still be like, fucking with my face on the fence, dog. Like, let me back. Let me back. Like, dog, like George Lopez has a joke from back in the day where he says, over here, we're all Chicano, right? In the States, I'm Chicano, Holmes. I'm Chicano. He goes, and then you go back to Mexico and you get super white. And you're like, oh my God. When you start looking at the houses, like, dog, no lie. You fucking cross the border and you start seeing like their streets are just dirt. And then you're like, oh, fuck, that house doesn't even have a floor. It's literally, you walk into their front door and it's a dirt floor. You know, they'll fucking, the way you wet your fucking driveway to keep the dirt from fucking being dusty, they'll do that in their living room, dog, next to their sofa, you know? And that's when I get like, oh, fuck. That's why I feel super American, because like I go over there, dog. Like, there's other people I know that go there and they're like, oh, yeah, whatever. But me, I'm like, oh, fucking shit. You know, then you have the little kids walking up to you. Ay, señor, money, money. You know, and you're like, fuck, chiclets, all that, dog. And you're just like, fuck. You feel like shit, you know, because like they're fucking little kids, right?
Perspective, fool.
It is perspective, dog. Sometimes you got to go there just to remember, like I have my motor on one of my back windows on my car went out. So I have it up right now with the fucking ratchet strap. And my lady's like, why don't you fix that shit? And I told her, I'm like, I can't fix it, dog. You got to fucking remember where you came from sometimes. That shit will keep you humble, you know? Because you start feeling all chingon and shit, like at work and shit. And then you're like, I'm the fucking man, you know? And then you get back to your car and you see that ratchet strap and you're like, fuck, dog. I remember who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man. All right, let me see.
Hey, did you catch the show on Monday?
Yeah.
So, can you give me do you remember the recap on I guess it looks like Covino was talking about Melody and her date?
Yeah, and
Was there anything big there?
it was funny because I was talking to my buddy about this because I was like, dog, I was like, Covino, I feel like Rich has, and it could be because Rich's daughter is young. So he doesn't have to think about that shit yet, right? But I feel like Rich has like a better attitude about it where he's like, you want your kid to find somebody, a nice kid that they're going to have, you know, as their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you want. And Covino's like, fuck that. I don't have to like it. and I was talking to my buddy about that. And I was like, I think I'm more like Rich. As much as I slide Covino, like, I feel like it's inevitable. And I feel like if you approach it with, you know what, well, at least there's a good kid that she found. And so I'm talking to my buddy about this. He's all, fuck that shit, dog. He was like, oh, fuck. I wonder if I could even find my text from him. Because he was like, what did he say, dog? Let me go over here if I can find it. My buddy said,
That's what I want to have any kids who just think about that shit fucking good.
Look, watch, he goes, I'm not going to like it at all, bro. Like, at all. Like, I might even be mad. Dog, this is all the same thing. I haven't even responded. Then he put 100%. Dog, he's just going off on a rant by himself. Not even going to lie. She tells me 6 kids have a crush on her at school. And his daughter is young, right? She's fucking younger than my daughter.
Jesus.
He put, fuck those kids. He put, and she better not be having no crushes on nobody.
Yeah, my niece is 13, fool. So even like by her, through her, you know, there's a little bit of a uncle and even like a father instinct. You know what I mean? She's the first one. She's a pioneer of our family and shit. Like she's the first niece or grandkid, and I'm already like, fucking name, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So, but how did it go? I mean, was it a good date? It sounds like, hopefully.
Yeah. No, it sounded like, well, Covino said that he was, you know, messaging her throughout the night. And was like, hey, you know, are you good? Everything cool? And she was like, yeah, you know, we're good. We're doing this. We're doing that. So it sounded like it went well. But I guess what happened was they quote unquote like started dating right before she went on her trip overseas. So so they kind of were, you know, like little puppy love, you know, back and forth, probably like, oh, I miss you too, whatever the fuck, right? But it's crazy, dog, because like if that happened to you when you were growing up, it was because like, I don't know, maybe your girlfriend's like family went like to Phoenix or something for a week or some shit, not to London and Paris. And you know what I'm saying? It's just so crazy that the life that they live, you know, it's so different than even like Covino lived growing up, because he was fortunate and well off growing up, but not going overseas for a fucking 3-week vacation well off, you know? The Little League selection is what Andrew says was a big part of yesterday's show.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, there was a big part of that where Rich kind of, I don't want to say pulled the wool off our eyes. Is that the expression?
Wool over your eyes.
Whatever. See, dog, that's how you know, that's when I know I'm fucking Mexican. I try to say these fucking phrases that I hear and dog, and I always get them wrong. But what Rich did was he kind of unveiled how it works when they choose their teams for Little League. So he was saying that they'll look at a kid and be like, yeah, this kid is cool or whatever, he could improve or whatever. But also they're kind of drafting. He said you draft the family as well. So is it somebody you're going to want to kick it with? Is it somebody, you know, that the mom's not a pain in the ass, whatever. And then Covino got pissed and he's like, man, fuck that. What about just picking the best kids? And then he's like, I know it happens. He's like, but for you to come out and just say that makes me like a little irritated, because he's like, fuck that. What about the kid that has fucked up parents or whatever, or a mom that's a bitch and annoying, but he's a really good kid and he really wants to fucking, you know, he has potential, but now you're not going to draft him because the parents are pieces of shit. And Rich was like, well, you know, I try to take all that into consideration and shit. And Magical Mexican says Rich drafts the moms. That was another comment that somebody made. Was like, Rich, do you say, what did they say on a, they said Rich doesn't draft any moms with like smaller than a C cup or something. Somebody made a comment like that. And I was like, oh, Rich, man. But, and
he's not flirty. He's just really nice. Or what was the thing they
Yeah.
said last week? Like, he
Yeah.
doesn't like to flirt. He's just very,
but,
likes to entertain people.
It to me, it's just kind of like, I understand. And there's another podcast that I listened to where the dad's heavily involved in baseball and shit. And he was saying pretty much the same shit about when they, and it was funny because he mentioned West Hills, which is Rich's like little kid's team or whatever. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, so it was all that same area, but it was very similar into what he was talking about. So it's like, we know it exists, but it kind of sucks where it's like, man, like, if it like Covino brought up his nephew James, and he's like, yeah, you know, I wish my dad was here.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. He was like, you know, my dad's not here because he works so much. I'll tell you that much. And he, you know,
I love when he does that voice.
But dog, if you want to hear a lot of baby James, listen to yesterday's show, because it was
I'm halfway through it.
Well, dog, because then he was like, what did he say? He said some shit about, yeah, my Uncle Steve won't let me, whatever. And then Rich goes, is that true? He goes, no, I'm telling you. He goes, James makes up all kinds of shit. He'll make up some bullshit and then be like, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, no, that was a big part of yesterday's show. E-Bike Guy says, when my kids played baseball, they stayed on the same team until they aged out. And that, I mean, that's what I heard. I think Covino said something similar, but
This is Ben's team, right?
Yeah, I didn't play Little League.
Is Rich the coach?
So Rich, yeah, and Rich is drafting. They do a draft every year, right? So that's what Covino was saying, is like, hey, aren't they supposed to like grow as a team and really like, you know, whatever? And then Rich was like, no, he's like, well, this gives them a chance to play with different coaches and learn that you're going to have to find new teammates or whatever. Which I see both sides of the argument. But in my mind, I kind of feel like you should draft new teams, because when you get to high school, you're going to have a new team, you know, maybe every year, or even in junior high or elementary school. Right? You have a new team. You might have the same coach if it's like elementary, but you're going to have a new team. You're going to have kids that aren't going to play certain years or whatever. So I kind of see both sides, but Andrew Sim says Covino's Jamesy impression is underrated. And you know what's funny is that James is like, he's older than my daughter by like a year. And in my mind, he's still the diaper baby, because for years when James was little, he was like, Covino was like, does this kid ever wear clothes? Every time I see him, he's in a diaper. So I still think of James as the diaper baby, even though he's like 10. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'll tell you that much. And I agree. Covino does a lot of good impersonations. It's funny how he does them really well, but he says that he's nobody's monkey, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't really be like, hey, Covino, can you make this sound or this voice? But when he does do his impersonations, I think they're pretty spot on.
I have a little something about Rich where I'm like, Rich is such I love Rich. I always have to preface this by saying this because I talk a lot of shit, but it's just because I usually disagree. Not that I don't like him as a person. I think he's a cool dude. But Rich is so full of shit. Now, I wish we had the full of shit meter that I could play on this, because What I don't know if you heard the story. Okay, let me back this up and ask you a question. What does Rich say if you're ever in a town of a buddy of yours and you don't make time to see him? What does he say? He says that you're not really friends.
Oh yeah.
So he'll say, if you're in town to see Bernardo, or if you're in Florida, he'll tell Covino, if you're in Florida and you don't make time to see Bernardo, are you guys even friends, or do you just say you're friends? And I'm like, Doug, I've came to Vegas like fucking 3 or 4 times since we've done this show, and I haven't had time to see you. It's not that I haven't made time to see you. It's just I'm like, fuck, Doug, I'm there on a schedule, right? And I'm like, I would love to be like, fuck, I'm on Fremont or I'm on this or that. And if I can, I will. And I'm going to Vegas a million more times. So I know it's going to happen. But I don't think that's the end all be all of, are you guys friends? Are you not friends? Rich has always made this a point. Oh, if you're in the same town as your friend and you don't make time to see them, or if they're in your town and they don't make time to see you, you're not friends. He's always said that. He wants everyone to go out of their way to meet with him, but he makes minimal effort to see people. Now, what I'll say about that is Mark Zito was in town, and Spot went to go kick it with them. Covino was busy, Rich was busy. And the reason why I give Covino the pass, the pass on it, is because he doesn't live by this. Covino's like, if we're friends, we're friends. I'll see you when I see you, whatever. But Rich is such a stickler for if you're in the same town and you don't see them, you're not friends. Then what happens? Fucking Zito comes to town, wants to go out, and Rich says, no, fuck that, I'm tired, I'm busy. Doug, don't you think that's most people? If you're in town of one of your buddies, just because you're in town doesn't mean that their life stops, right? Or just because you're in town doesn't mean that you have all this time to see them. So if you get a chance to see a friend when you're in their town, oh, that was gross. If you get a chance to see your friend, if it works out for both of you, cool. But that shouldn't be the end all be all. If it is true, so what? Mark Zito is not Rich's friend? By his own logic. Magical Mexican says, we live in the same town and I only see you at events. Our kids are involved in dance and shit, and that's usually when I see him, right? We'll run into each other at this or that. That's usually when I see Magical Mexican. And
what's funny? I think I caught that part of the show. Sorry, go ahead, finish your thought.
About what? About the scene Zito?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And then he made it sound, I don't know if it was Rich or Covino, but Spot was telling his side of the story and how it went down. And I think they even sounded like they had FOMO, like they were a little jealous of. Like it sounded like it was a good time, and they're like, "Bro, you should have just took him up on the opportunity." Because I think they were saying that they were tired because they just got back from Vegas or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was kind of, it sounded like Spot made it sound like, yeah, it was like 2 hours, had a good time. I even had a good time. Like, fuck, we should have gone. So he missed the opportunity. And I think every time he travels to New York, like he wants to go they've had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go see everybody, right? He wants to go see his homegirl from New Jersey. Then he wants to go see so-and-so. And he always makes an effort to like go see everybody. I mean, I think that's good, but fuck, I think that's a lot.
And the thing is, Rich has that luxury where he's usually there for work. If I'm on the East Coast, it's because I paid. It's not because I'm there for work, most likely. So if he's on the East Coast and he has days to kick it, Doug, not everybody has that luxury. If they're on the East Coast, they paid for it. So if I'm going to go see the Statue of Liberty, I don't know if I'm going to stop to see fucking Charles in West Virginia while I'm on the East Coast. Like, I might not. If I'm going on my own dime, if it's a really good friend, I might try my best or say whatever. But Rich does a little he likes to be like, hey, Richie's in town. Everybody look at me. Woo! Richie Hollywood is back here. Dog, not everybody's life is like that. So when he makes it like, you have to see them or else that's not a friendship. And then Mark Zito is in his town. So now he's on the opposite end of this, where he has somebody in town. But just because they're in town doesn't mean your life is going to change. Like if somebody was in town, that was a bad example. I was gonna say if Covino's in town, I'd probably make time to see Covino. But what I'm saying is if somebody was in town, like my friend Chris, one of my best friends, one of my groomsmen, he's in town a lot. He lives in Phoenix, which is only like a 3-hour drive. But if he's here, dog, I know he's here to see his sister, his mom, whatever. So we'll connect once in a while. But for the most part, we only see each other a couple times a year. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like it's so easy when Rich is going and he's like, oh, I'm on the East Coast. Now that somebody's here and they're here and they even threw out the invite like, hey, you should come out to dinner or whatever. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, now that the shoe's on the other foot, look who's walking in circles, Rich. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, that was my only thing. There's a couple more things that I have on my notes. I literally have 3 notes today. The other thing is when they were in Vegas for their conference or whatever for work, they were slaying it, right? Their jokes were fucking going, everybody was loving them, which is cool because, dog, these are the same jokes that we've heard for 20 years now. But they get into a room with new people. They know, boom, we could hit this. We could hit, he's the Mexican Fonz. We could hit, Richie with the dick toes. They know, boom, boom, boom. They could hit those. They know they can hit those. And they basically are like comedians that have compiled 20 years of material and they get into a new room of nobody that's ever seen them. I'm like, dog, that's got to be a great feeling for them. Andrew says, just remember, D, when I get in town, you're taking me to Applebee's. I'll do it. Andrew. If you come in town, if that goes for anybody except Magical Mexican because he lives here. I ain't trying to buy you dinner every weekend, dog. But everybody else, if you ever come to town, I'll get you some Applebee's. How about that? And then the other thing is they said, should they do more nighttime shows? They're thinking about doing maybe once a month. They pick, instead of doing a Thursday show, they'll do a Thursday evening show or something like that. I think it would be cool because evening always gives them a different vibe for their show, as well as if we're listening live, we're at a different place, right? If they're on during the day, most of us are usually at work listening, doing stuff. Maybe we got to take out an AirPod because we're like, oh, I got to go into this meeting or whatever. Like today. I had a meeting that started about halfway into their show, and I was like, fuck, I got to listen after the fact. Went ahead, turned off the show, came back. If it's in the evening, my kid might be at dance, I might be this or that, and I can actually catch the whole show in one sitting, and I'm sitting there enjoying myself, whatever. Might have a little cocktail, who knows? So I think it'll bring a different vibe of them as well as us enjoying it. So what do you think about the show, about that night show?
I think that makes sense too because like you said, typically if you're during the day, you're probably doing something. Most of us at work where your time and attention is being spread out. There's a lot of people who comment and stuff because they're active listening and can, and there's people who just listen. I think you'd probably get more interaction, more feedback, which is probably what they're looking for or want anyway in the evenings. You know what I mean? And like you said, be vibe. Who the fuck's at work having a beer or a cocktail or whatever? Maybe doing a little something. At least in the evening, you get maybe people's demeanor change. I think it'd be fun. So it'd be cool.
I think it would be
because
cool.
the last one they did was fun, right? The one they did at Vegas, that was kind of cool.
I thought it was cool. And one thing that, not that they need my 2 cents, and I feel like Spot gets irritated when I give it, so this is just whatever. But I think it would be cool if they made that evening show a free show, to throw it on. And this is one thing that I've thought about their show is I'm like, most podcasts do one show a week, right? They do one show a week. Unless Rogan, he does like 3 or 4 depending on the week. But most podcasts, like I know Kill Tony's every Monday. I know Tuesdays with Stories every, late Monday or Tuesday. I know like Storyboards is Thursdays. Like this day of the week is going to be a show or two that's going to come out. Why don't they do even like one free show a week or 2 free shows a month or something, just where they could possibly get these new listeners. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And maybe to them, it's not worth it because they're going to have 1 or 2 people that are coming to Patreon out of it. And they're like, fuck that. Why are we going to give away a free show when a majority of our audience is already here paying? I don't know. I'm not really sure.
We'll have to see how it pans out, but I think it'd be worth it. I mean, they're not going to do one this week, are they?
No, but they said it was an idea that they're going to throw around. And I think it's cool because I dig the night shows. And again, if they're not free, fucking, I don't care. Whatever, dog. I'm not your consultant. So, I mean, whatever. You know what I did think was hella cool, though, that Spot did today? Was they were bringing, since they have the green screen behind them, they were bringing up Michael Pena. And they always say he looks like Covino. Well, it was cool to me that as they're talking about it, Spot changed the background from like a window to Michael Pena. And I'm like, dog, how dope would that be if they had it like a full green screen and make it look like a studio or some shit? And then whenever they're going to bring up like, oh, did you guys see Sydney Sweeney at the Golden Globes? And then in the background, make it like Sydney Sweeney, not even the whole thing, keep most of it like a background. And then in the middle, like a gigantic monitor behind them. I think that'd be so dope, but who knows?
I think it would be. I hope that we get that in this year. I don't know if that's still happening.
And today,
we'll see what happens.
I contemplated going on Amazon today to send them a freaking green screen. And then I went back and forth with, are they really going to use it? Are they going to hate it? Are they really like? And then I was like, what am I going to spend like $50 to send it to them and they're not even going to give a fuck? I'm like, because I don't have $50 just to give somebody, but I'm like, but I think it'd be cool to help out the show. But I'm like, should I be having to help out the show or should the show be helping out the show? Then I went back and forth, dog, and I was like, but I do love them. Do you love them or you're going to let the show suffer? Are you really?
You're going to write it off, fool. Just write it off.
Write it off. But anyway, I don't really have much else, dog. I don't know if you have any parting words or anything. I appreciate you filling us in on your trip. I've never been to the East Coast, as far as like to New York, that area. Where was the actual game? Where the hell?
In Foxborough, Massachusetts. So I flew to Boston, and it's about, I felt like, with traffic, like 45 minutes in.
Yeah. No, I've never been. I've been on that side. I've been to like the Virginia area, but never like those parts, Boston, New York, like that, Jersey, that type of shit. But yeah, I think that would be cool. So I appreciate you, sharing your thoughts with us. And even though you guys didn't get the W, it's all good, right? That was last season.
Baseball. That was last season.
That was last season. So anyway, we appreciate you guys joining us live. Make sure if you're not on Patreon, you go and you sign up on our Patreon. The after show, but later. It's your boys D. It's Luis Cortez Jr. We are here for episode number 322. We will see you next week. Same time, same YouTube channel. Let's go.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.